Good day, race fans, and welcome to the MRL Xfinity Wednesday Night Series. I'm your host, Brandon, and we are short track racing tonight. We are at Indianapolis Raceway Park. I mean, this track needs no introduction. This is going to give you exactly what you want if you are a fan of short stock car racing, short track stock car racing. We got 0.67 mile track, 83 degrees is the track temperature. And let me tell you, we have got a treat tonight as these guys are wrapping up on practice. Yeah, they're gonna be beating, banging off of each other. No mercy, as these guys are all battling for that elusive win that gets them into the playoffs. So, if you did not catch us last week, well, you can catch us every Wednesday night here at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Last week, we had an exciting green-white checkered finish at Darlington, which led to Daniel Smith's second race win of the year. We've also, outside of that, we've had no repeat winners, and here we are, short track racing tonight. So thank you for joining us. And of course, as always, this broadcast is brought to you by the Intentional Wreck Podcast, the NASCAR podcast for race fans by race fans, from the lifelong listener to the casual fan. So you can catch them over at Intentional Wreck Pod on Twitch. They are live every Tuesday. And you can also catch them, their episodes on YouTube in video format or on your favorite podcast platform on audio. So yeah. Thank you for that. There's my little plug there for the pod. Let's see if we can't chat up with anybody before we get too deep into qualifying and our national anthem. So, who I do want to speak to is one Joey Steers. Hey, Joey, it's Finn. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. So, I'm looking at the practice laps, and you've got the fastest lap on the board by about 800ths. Now, the last time you were quick, you led a bunch of laps and then kind of faded. What do you got in speed today, and what's the game plan to stay up front?
Man, I was just telling the guys in the Discord here, I can run a fast lap here, but I've never really had success here at IRP, and tonight it's going to be all about tire conservation, who can save their tires on the long run, because people are going to want to be going real hard off the bat here and then just kind of spinning their tires up off the corner. So my job for tonight is to kind of limit that and just run smooth, consistent laps. Even if I lose a couple positions right off the start, no big deal. Hopefully I get them back in the long run. So that's kind of my play for tonight.
Gotcha. So if you can tell me, we got some new listeners popping in tonight, maybe not race car fans. So what are you feeling on the track, right? Are we loose in, tight off? Is it tight all over the place? What's the conditions looking like on the racetrack?
So there's two kind of different lines we can run. Like when I hit my fast lap here, I ran the bottom. So I'd be tight going in and I'd slide up the track. It's definitely loose off both corners. So you get to probably about the middle of the corner on both ends, and you start sliding the rear tires, and you just kind of wheel it through and manage your throttle, because it's real easy to spin out here. So we're going to see real tight in and then real loose off, I think, the entire race for pretty much the majority of every driver here.
Gotcha. So holding on for dear life. So, all right, well, we're excited to see you. That 18 ride was real quick. Was it Texas that you were extremely fast at? So it's a pleasure to see you back at the top of the board. I'm going to throw you back in your chat. You're with the Maurer Motorsports guys, right?
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Finn. Thanks, man.
All right, good luck on the race tonight. Yeah, that is the 18 of Joey Steers. Currently your fastest lap in practice. You can see those laps there on the left-hand side of your screen in the tower box there. As we've also got Rayshawn Wingfield, who ran a 22:20. Mason Wagman has certainly made himself known throughout the racing so far this year. He's won a stage. He's been fighting up front. But there's a guy here sitting about P5 who has not put on the dominant performances that I think we're used to seeing. So let's go chat with none other than Mr. David Owens. Hey, David, it's Finn in the booth. You copy?
I got you, buddy.
All right, man. So, me and you spent a lot of time talking, and we raced together in another league. I know that you have race-winning speed, but in this league, in this season so far, we just haven't seen that from you. But right now, you're sitting P5 in practice. How are you feeling about tonight, and what are you feeling on track in the car?
Yeah, race running speed this season has just been a lot of bad luck for me, but hopefully we can get it together, stay out of the crashes. Being a short track, just keep the car clean is the goal tonight. It's this track fights both loose and hard. So you're gonna have some tightness, you're gonna have some loose, and it's really loose coming off the corners. So you really have to be easy on that throttle throughout the entire corner. So that's gonna be the goal. Keep the fenders on it. Don't lose it.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, that's what we were just talking to Joey Steers, and he said the same. Tight on entry, loose on exit. Where are you finding the car most comfortable? High lane, mid lane, low lane? Is there or mixing it up in the corners?
It's a little bit of everything. You got to mix it up just a little bit. But I'll tell you what, the best passing is going to be in the middle.
There you go.
In the middle of the lane, between the middle and the top lane. So right there between the mix, and slide jobs. Slide jobs are going to be the key.
All right, I'm going to prep my best Dale Jr. impression here on the slide job. Well, I'm going to let you get the qualifying here, David, but good luck on the race there. You're quick in practice. Let's see if you can put it together on race day.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, that is league owner David Owens, your Xfinity admin, and the driver of the number 11 car. So, all right, well, these guys have got 5 minutes to go lay down the fastest lap time that they can, and as we always do, this is a patriotic league, and they pride themselves on saluting our veterans and first responders, and we would, if you are okay with it, well, you're gonna have to deal with it anyways, but please moment of silence for those guys as we have our national anthem. All right, and we are back, and looking at the board here, a couple names. Now, not everybody has laid down a lap, but currently now we see Matt Tucker running that 22.15. That's the 66. That is your points leader. Tucker has had certainly an impressive start to the season, starting the first 3 races of the year with 3 second-place finishes. So the elusive win is not out of reach, but has not been accomplished yet for Tucker. Behind him right now is Colin Bollinger, who does have a win. He won the Dover race in pretty dominant fashion. Then we've got Chris Lewis, Wingfield, and Kyle Athier rounding at the top 5. Now, this is not the final qualifying, as there are certainly guys still on the track. We see Joey Steers has laid down his first lap. He was the fastest in practice. He just ran a 23.50. But, of course, you got to think that the second lap is the fastest here as these guys are getting up to speed. This is a tiny racetrack. And as you heard them talking pre-race in those interviews, as Owens pops up to the top 6 there with the 22.25, is just how loose these cars. Oh, Steers, what a lap. Just 1/100th off of the pole. So the 18 car looking like he might have that front row locked up there. Everybody's saying tight on entry. What does that mean if you're watching tonight and you're maybe not a NASCAR fan? So when you are going into the corner, there's kind of 2 key terms that we use when we describe how the car feels. Tight means the car does not want to turn. the front of the car does not want to turn. So even though you're going into the corner and you've got that wheel cranked left and you are going, what is happening is the car's momentum and speed does not want it to turn. It instead continues to drift right. Now, you can get grip that way and you can make a corner that way and find speed. But the problem is what you're doing is you are wearing out the right front tire aggressively. So we call it speed now, not speed later, right? Like you'll be fat. We call it short run speed is the quote term for it. What it is you're just pushing the car too hard. And as a result, simply put, as a result, you're not going to be fast in 10, 15, 20 laps, depending on what that track is and how much wear you have. So that's what we say when tight. Where we normally see tight on entry into a corner means you're carrying too much speed into the corner and you're not lifting enough. Or on exit, which means you got back on the throttle too hard, and you're really trying to gun it off the corner and it's drifting up towards the wall, and you're going to have to see guys, if they're battling that, especially late in these runs with these tires wearing down, really having to lift on exit, and that's not what you want, right? You really want to have a very smooth middle of the corner, get back on the throttle, very clean, and stay on it, right? A gradual push back to 100%. You'd hate to get up to 100% and then have to lift down to 40 and then back to 100. You're going to lose a bunch of momentum, and that might be all the guy behind you needs to make a pass. Now, we talk about tight, let's talk about loose. Loose is the opposite, which is now like, it feels like the car wants to drift around the corner. It's like you're on your end, you're carrying so much speed and the back of the car wants to spin on you. Or as you're coming through the corner, you hit the gas, and as a result of hitting the throttle, the back of the car wants to come around, and you'll see guys when we go on board, they'll look like they're battling bees. There's a nest of hornets in the cockpit, and they're just swatting at everything and they can. And a lot of guys are reporting they are loose on exit. That means coming off of the turn, that car is wanting to spin out, and that's hard enough to manage when you're driving by yourself. How about when you've got 27 cars stacked up, nose to tail, all around each other? So this is going to be a very interesting race as we get going tonight, as we do have Matt Tucker on our pole as these guys are getting lined up and ready to go racing. I'm going to get Mr. Tucker in here. All right, Matt, it's Finn in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, I'm going to keep it quick because I know it's a quick lap to get going. What are you feeling? What do you need to stay up front and get your first win of the season here?
Just try to keep the tires underneath me. I feel like that's going to be the main thing tonight is just tire wear. So if just run consistent laps, try to stay out of trouble, and hopefully be at the end.
Sounds good. Well, good luck tonight, fastest in qualifying. So you get the money spot. Keep it up front. Keep those tires in good shape, and hopefully we'll see you in victory lane, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that's Matt Tucker, who, again, maybe not the fastest driver, but in stock car racing, it is not always about who's the fastest, right? You can absolutely win a championship or be a competitive dominant force in a league if you can just bring consistency every week. Because you know what that means? That means he's not ever sitting in a scenario where he has to make drastic decisions and strategy calls to try to make his way into the playoffs. He's your points leader right now, and as far as everything's concerned, then he's good to go. So maybe he doesn't have to take that strategy call, and as a result, somebody in front of him makes a weird call, and he puts himself in position to win a race. And let's not just assume that the 66 can't win a race on pure speed. You don't finish second place and then even top five. I think last week at Darlington, I think he had a top five, or he was on his way up for one. Without having that raw speed, and we're seeing that here as it's going to be him, and then the 18 of Joey Steers will be your front row tonight. All right, let me get in the actual broadcast chat here. Let's get this cranked. I do not know. It looks like they will be coming to green here, so just one lap. So glad we kept that interview nice and short. Indianapolis Raceway Park. Who doesn't love some short track racing on a Wednesday night? Okay, looks like we are going to get one more lap. The pace car lights Lewis, and then third row will be Rayshawn Wingfield, Kyle Athier. Wagaman and Owens follow up in 7 and 8. Volpis and Taikila round out your top 10. Okay, we're back live. It looks like there may have been a disconnect, but it says we're back. $160 laps here at Indianapolis Raceway Park, and here comes Matt Tucker bringing it down to green as these guys are too wide throughout the whole field. Tucker, looks like Tucker will be able to clear early. Steers as we've got some racing back. Wingfield in neck and neck here with Athier. He said, where will they be passing? He said the middle of the track. You see everybody here drifting up towards that top lane. You could see on the track all the rubber is worn into it in those higher lanes. So who's going to be the first to try to send it low is Athier holding that outside lane really well. Oh, a couple guys in the wall here. Bollinger has got some momentum here, and he might be looking for second place here with that 18 Pringles car. Talked about early in the interview earlier, talked about saving those tires up, and sometimes that means letting a guy by. Oh, we got a spin, Tequila! Wagaman involved. Let's take a look at it. These two side by side on exit. Wagaman, yeah, it just gets a little tight up into the 24 in the corner. Doesn't look like that's going to end anybody's race here. Let's see. And these short tracks, right, with the way that these cars are built, they can take a lot of damage before they are irrelevant on speed. And it doesn't look like these guys, Wagaman didn't even really hit the nose. As long as, and I don't even think these cars have toe links, so, well, at least not ones like the next gen that get bent out immediately. So, all right, looks like both of these guys are going to be okay. They're going to stay on the lead lap here. So we're early under caution here in the MRL Xfinity Series. My man Tyrone in the chat here to support. We appreciate him. Yeah, sometimes this happens. Sometimes we get early wrecks. Some people are here for the wrecks. Some are here for the racing. Some consider the wrecks the real racing. This is a staged race, so we will have a stage break at lap 75, I was reported. So lap 75, there will be a caution thrown, and guys that finish in the top 10 are awarded points towards the standings of the season. Winners get playoff points, I believe. That's how it is in real life. I'm going to assume it's the same here. Other than that, there are no scheduled breaks. If these guys can keep it clean, we can go the full way outside of that caution to the finish. It'll be roughly 85 laps to the finish at that point. We're 6 in now. No major movers. We do have Hunter Manley. Kyle Knott is up 5 spots to the 11th spot. Manley up 4 spots to P8. Daniel Smith, 2-time winner of the series in the 31 Toyota. He is up 4 spots here. This is one of my favorite things. Take a look at some of these paint schemes we've got. We've got the Brownie car here, followed by the Pringles Toyota, the 18. What do we have here in the 976? Rooftop, that's like a local sponsor for the league. Same here for Kyle Athier. The Boys, the superhero television show. I think it's on Prime for Rayshawn Wingfield. David Owens in that Rowdy Noss 11 car. Vulpes in the Crown Royal, done like a little bit of Crown. I watched for the wrecks. Hunter Manley, he was real quick last week at Darlington. He's quick here. That Liquid Dev 26. Maurer, former champion, and then the Pennzoil machine we were talking about before. All right, pace cars off pit road here, and we are going back green. It's the same front row as earlier, though. A few missing pieces here as Bollinger's nowhere to be found. He's deep in the pack. We'll have to see what's going on with him. If he pit here, the 18, though, making a bigger effort, and he will quickly fall back in line. Yeah, we do have a battle here as Athier, and it looks like maybe his teammate Chris Lewis, the 976, 970. Oh, we got 3 wide by Wingfield, sticking his nose in there. He'll fall back in line in that bottom lane. Oh, man, this is about to get up in that side draft here. That's what they're trying to do. Wingfield happy to just follow whoever's quickest in that 23 machine. Tucker starting to set sail. Will this work itself out? Are these guys going to race? Wingfield up in the wall, but he gets off of it quickly. All right, Athier was being attacked. Now he's on the attack as he's got Joey Steers in his sights. Looks like the field for the most part is single file around this racetrack. Scenario here with Beverly here is falling a couple spots. There's Tequila working his way back up through the field. Let's check in, see if there's any battles here. This is Kyle Lynott and Scotty Estep. Lynott in the Suicide Awareness 988 machine. That Ford is on the bottom lane of that 48 Lowe's machine of Scotty Estep. Estep has got some short track prowess. Ran the fastest lap of the race at Dover. Finished top 4. He's going to win this battle on the outside for now. Let's get up to the front here. Oh man, these guys are starting to get to the wall. So as you can see here, everybody's starting to kind of get single file. And now it's about tire saving. Who can run consistent laps? Who can be patient enough here? Who can maybe go find grip where others can't find grip, especially late in the run as the tires start to wear. Let's check in with Colin Bollinger and Nate Maurer, 2 champions of this league. Next to each other, 13th and 14th. I don't know what happened with Bollinger. He was in the top 4 at the time that caution occurred. Tequila clears himself off the nose of John Beverly. Let's get back up front, see what this battle looks like here. As the 18, the 978, 976 all have some different lanes of entry into these turns. Oh man, Hunter Manley in the wall behind them in that Liquid Death machine. Again, nothing touching the ball won't hurt anybody too much. Here's a good battle. Vulpes and Daniel Smith. Again, 2-time winner, won last week at Darlington. There were some controversial restarts, but I haven't heard anything to say that the 31 did not win that race legitimately. Vulpes lifts there, falls back in line behind the 31. Here's a good gaggle of racing. Look at what's going on here as we got Bolander and the Home Depot machine. He's on the outside. Wagnerman to his inside, recovering from that early spin. He's braving that inside lane, inside the 8 machine there. Right in front of them, that's Amato and David Brenner, that Brown 22 machine. So this is some good racing here in the back of the pack. This is for the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th positions. I did show the Rex. Did it not show up? Here's a 977 getting involved. That's Dalton Wilson. He's up 9 spots since this race began. The biggest mover in that green machine. All right, looks like Matt Tucker has built this out to about a 2-second lead. He is absolutely flying. We'll check in on lap times in a bit as this tire wear keeps going, but there really aren't too many battles here. We do have Winkfield, Owens, and Lewis, but it looks like, again, these guys are content to ride around and just kind of save tire. Lynott has gotten by that 48 machine of a step. Here's Bollinger right behind them, 53. See if he makes quick work. One of the only guys riding that bottom lane at the moment. But also one of the best car control guys. Oh, nice little side draft there. Good exit. You know, this is all about car control here on the exit of these turns. Who can get back on the throttle and maintain, keep that car straight. He's battling here, using a lot of tire here, but necessary. This is the battle for 11th. We're watching a step, keeping it on the outside. These guys racing nice and clean. Look at that, absolutely sliding off of the exit is that 53 machine. He has to get on the throttle harder than the 48 does in order to keep that car next to him. Looks like he might clear him here on exit. Looks like the 48's going to give him a break, maybe a peek to the inside, but no, he'll fall back there. So Bollinger working his way back up into the top 10 after I would say early misfortune. I don't think he was involved in a wreck here. Oh, Wingfield under attack by Owens. They're side by side. Manley wants in on this. Owens in the wall. Owens up to P5. He's gained 2 spots since the start of this race. This is some battle up here in the top 5. This is, now we're seeing that tire wear starting to matter. Guys, laps are going to start dropping down. And who's going to be the comers and goers here is Manley peeking on the outside. We are just about a third of the way to our first stage break. This battle happening. I'm looking here at this 31 machine. He's the biggest mover so far that's in the top 10. He's up 6 spots. Behind him, Lanat as well, who looking like he might have a step or two here on this 98 machine of Vulpes. There's the 53. This is a good group of racers here. 4 championship contenders, in my opinion. Plant with 2 wins, Bollinger with 1, Vulpes, second place finish. And Lanat has always got speed week to week. At bottom lane, look at the 53 carved. Look at that, inside one, outside of the other. This 53 machine might be the fastest guy on the racetrack right now. But can he get up there and challenge Tucker? I want to note, Tucker here has lost 2/10 on steers. If that gap gets closer, it was 1.8, it was down to 1.6 for a second. Maybe just a bad turn for the 66 machine. It's back up to where it was, so we'll keep you pinned on these guys. Let's go on board and see what this 53's got on board here. We do have a battle here for P4. A little bit in front of these guys. Oh, the 11 car smacks the corner. Smacks the wall. Was it dirty air? I don't know what that was. Steers has got this thing back to 1.6. Let's take a look at these lap times here for Mr. Steers in comparison to last time by, about a 10th quicker. Fastest on the track, though, has been Kyle Athier. Ran a 23.1 last time by to the 23.2s of the 2 guys in front of him, but he's about 4 seconds back. These guys are battling. It does look like the 11's a little bit better, but being better here is not enough. You really need to be about 4/10 better than the guy in front of you if you really want to pass, unless you're the 53 and you're just got it on the inside and outside. Speaking of 53, Kyle Lanat has passed him for P10, so or P9, and here's Lanat underneath Plant. So some tire saving paying off here for this machine. Looks like Owens was able to get past Lewis here. Manley in the wall. Manley spent a lot of time grazing the wall at Darlington. Didn't know that IRP had its own stripe problem. There he is again. It's one thing these guys want more than anything is 4 fresh Goodyear tires on these machines. Wingfield. The problem here is you try to make a move to get under a guy and you lose so much momentum that the guy behind you guys ends up passing you, and that's the biggest problem here. You got to pick and choose your battles here. When you got to get a good run, it's the 23 kisses the wall there. Patriotic machine. 23, and then Hunter Manley, Kyle Lanat right here. Look at this, Lanat underneath Smith. It's going to clear the 31. Joey Steers has almost got this thing to about a second. He was 2/10 faster than your leader that time by. This will be your battle for the lead soon, as Lynott has cleared Daniel Smith. He's up 8 positions from 16th to 8th so far in this race. It steers. Now the question is this, right? How was he reeling him in because he's using all his tire up, and Tucker was saving as we see Tucker there, your leader, getting the wall. And not only this, you can see Tucker is dealing with some lap traffic here. And that's just going to make it all the more difficult, as in order to pass these guys, you either have to hope they give you the lane, or you have to go run a lane that maybe you didn't want to run. Here's the 66 having to go low underneath the 01 of John Beverly in that Jordan brand machine. Look at that. That's big time here for the 66. Look at that. Diving right underneath that as Joey steers. Because the 66 had to go under him and enter a little bit lower on the corner, exit on the corner underneath the car, he didn't get the full momentum. And just like that, this battle for the lead is heating up here. Just 3/10. Now, the easy part's done, catching the guy on older tires. Here's the hard part, passing him. There is another lap car, could try to use him as a pickup ahead. What is this 18 machine gonna do? Not too much headway made by Aether in P3, still about 3 seconds behind. It was about 3.6 earlier. No changes outside of Nate Maurer getting around Daniel Smith, so Smith looks like he may have burnt his stuff up. That 31 machine is dropping. We're going to stay here on this battle for the lead. I'm still working on getting side-by-sides for you, so that'll happen in the near future. Let's see here. 66 enters a little bit lower, the 18 higher. Maybe try to cut down, get some momentum on exit. .66 going to take his line away here. The 18, though, good run. Gets to the inside of the 66. Oh, man. Trying to side draft. He's underneath him here. But how much car does he have to hold him on the bottom lane? The 66 leads this lap. We're 42 in. Oh, the 66 is going to give it to him. Gets a little tight in the corner on entry. Hides up to the wall. And there is your new leader. Oh, crossover move. Hold on. Not so fast. There it is. The Spoya, or the Pringles Supra. I can't. Pringles Supra. I don't know why I was struggling with that one. Is your new leader. Joey Steers. We talked to him pre-race. He said consistency. He said he's got great one-lap speed, but he struggles with saving the tire. Well, you're the fastest on the track, sir. Fastest on the track. Well done. As let's see if he can extend that lead. Let's go check in on some of the other battles occurring here. Bollinger seems to have picked up his pace. He's by Lynott and by Lewis here as he's up to P7. Bollinger ran a 23.3 last time by. That was the fastest car by 0.2. So this 53 machine, despite being in the back of the field, has worked his way back up to P7. Here's Maurer underneath Lynott. Bit of a dark horse, qualifying further in the back, but this is a champion. This is a guy who says he's won multiple races per season. That's the expectation for this 971 race team. We are 45 laps in. Again, if you're new or joining just now, the stage break will come at about lap 75, and then it's home free to the end. Well, it looks like Beverly, the 01 lap car, is up in the wall behind these guys. Is that going to make things awkward for him? He is really, really struggling to keep this car in one piece. Beverly here. I don't know if he's got a tire down or what, or if he's just trying to give as much space as he can, and he's struggling as a result. Now it's David Brenner's turn to get by him. There's a big gap here from this group of 12 back to Step, Bolander, and Wagaman fighting here. This is the battle for 13th place between these three vehicles. Steers has extended his lead to 0.6. Aether, though, has got it down to 1.8, so the 978 machine here, P3, has found some speed late in this run. He's got about 27 laps to run down your leader. We'll keep that up to date as we continue to follow everybody through this race. Everybody just working through lap traffic. And all right, let's get you back to this battle of 4 as we've got Manley, Bollinger, Lewis, and Maurer. All these guys, not often you see a top lane battle. Oh, something's happened to Mr. Amato. All right, Amato has hit pit road. So the first car to hit pit road, I do think they have enough fuel for the stage, but will it matter? Will they all pit here in 25 laps? Will Amato stay out and flip the field, end up first? We'll see. For now, we stay on board here with this battle for P6 between these 4 or 5 cars. All these guys stacked up real close to each other here in the mid-pack. And it seems like the lead is kind of evening itself out. Tucker has fallen to a second behind, and Athier down to 2 seconds. So it looks like Steers may have just been battling some lap traffic, but the 18 car is classing the field right now. I think the only car that has anything for him is this 53 machine, but he himself is stuck behind Manley. See if there's any other battles. Look at this, 3-way battle. A step, Wagaman in the 0-1. That's a lap car. Oh, man. The step has to avoid him on exit. This battle for P14. That one's won by Wagaman, working through the lap traffic, using him as a pit. And we've got a wreck here. We were just talking about this Amato machine, came down pit road. Let's see what happened here on exit with these new fresh tires. Sometimes you can overdrive the car, and he did just that. Slides it on entry right in front of your leader. Oh, no. Oh, he holds on to it, but we are under caution now. And here they come down pit road. So Steers, Tucker, Athier, Wingfield, and Manley, your top 5 as we enter. Bollinger has worked himself up to P6, and they're all going to get fresh tires as it's going to be about a 20-lap shootout here. To the stage. Looks like Steers will clear off first. And Tucker, Athier, Wingfield, Lenotz, Bollinger's lost some spots. Manley, Bollinger, and Lewis. All right, that Pringles machine, that's looking pretty. That 18 Toyota of Steers started this race P2. Tucker got ahead, but he did the right thing, saved his tires, limited any drops in position, and was able to run them down. But that's the long run speed. Now this is a test of the short run speed. We're going to have about 20 laps or so to the end of this stage. How aggressive are these guys going to get? Again, I see that we have around 10 folks here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the MRL Xfinity Series. These guys race consistently throughout the week. They've got Monday Night Mayhem. That's Cup racing. That's going to start up at 11 p.m. every Monday night. It's going to start next week. They're kicking off at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I will be racing that race. I will not be commentating that race. Then they've got this on Wednesday nights, the Xfinity Series. Actually, I think we have a whole thing on this. Let me bring this graphic up. And then the trucks on Thursday, Friday night ARCA, and then we have a sister league, the Bonfire Next Gen Cup. They race Sunday mornings, and that is not broadcast on this channel. It's broadcast on, oh, they just got a new guy, so I forget. So I'll remember that and shout that out later. But make sure you tune in, follow, hit the subscribe button if you enjoy some quality iRacing leagues. Here we are, Steers, David Owens on the outside here. And a big jump. I wonder if he stayed out with tires because that 11 machine is just not firing off as well as the others. Oh, here's Tucker underneath. He wants to lead. He had all the short run speed earlier. Can the 18 hold him off? The yellow flag is out. And we've got a caution. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this is your two races, one a step. Oh, man, the 48 gets into him. He's drifting him. Look at him drift that thing. Look at him drift that thing. Oh, man. Oh, man, how bad damage did he get? Let's go on board. Let's go on board and watch that drift back. He drifted that thing for a whole corner. We're on board at 31 here off the direct. Gets touched about right here. Look at this. Oh, just loses it. I don't know how bad. He'd gotten it down a little bit. Is there anybody who is behind him in this? Look at this. You could see. All right, there's. I need to find Dalton Wilson. You could see from Dalton Wilson's perspective. Let's get more of a nose look here. You could see a couple rows up that bottom lane. Look at that car completely sideways. It's terrifying when you can see the whole side of a race car. Look at that thing. Oh man. And well done by the field to navigate that well. Just unfortunate on those new tires. So now we have about a 15-lap run as Steers was able to hold off the charge from Tucker. Is that enough rec cam for you guys? As this race has turned into a night race, as these lights are coming on and the sun's starting to set, track's going to get cooler. It's going to change the way that these cars drive. And now, you know, these guys just did about 50 laps and they're on old tires, and they come out, they put these fresh tires with all this grip, and they overdrive it a bit, or maybe they don't drive enough. That's part of the skill and the talent, is going from driving on fresh tires to 50 keeping up with them as they wear, and then when you put on fresh tires, who can go back, who can reset their brain back to qualifying laps to those fresh tires and hit your marks and be consistent with, you know, because you learn to trust the car to a certain extent with those older tires. And then you get newer tires on, and you're just like, you forget how much you can push them. Or in some cases, we're seeing here from a Moto and now a Step, sometimes you might push them a little too far and bring out a yellow. But it doesn't look like anybody's day is over just yet here. We are 61 laps, just our third caution. Doing well for a short track. Your top five, Steers, Tucker, Wingfield, Athier, and Manley. Who is going to battle here for the stage? Lap 61 of 75. Steers chooses the inside lane. The leader does get to choose here.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh man, the 66 of Tucker got such a run, but 18 is going to be able to shoot this one in, come up and clear the 66, but will we see the crossover move from the 66, and will he be able to hold it down at the bottom? He definitely wants it here. Tucker, your points leader, Mr. Consistent on the season, but unable to finish P1 when it matters. Oh, they're neck and neck here for the lead. 66 is going to clear a little slide job there up the nose, and P1, Matt Tucker, but don't sleep. Wingfield's coming. Oh, Manley gets turned. Oh, man, a big wreck. Oh, man. Oh, man. Let's catch this back. Let's see what happened here. 975. Manley comes up. Oh, that totals the 53. Maurer gets involved. Estep's involved. Lewis, Brenner, Owens, Lynott, Babcock. Oh, Volpis is off his... Oh, man. Let's see that back from the perspective here of the 48 machine here. Let's go on board here with this 48 of Scott Estep. This is, we just said nobody had ruined their car. And just like that, you see the smoke. Guys are turning. Nowhere to go. Estep gets a little damage in the rear, but it looks like the 48 might have made it through. Let's go see what happened to Volpis. This is after most of the wreck. Oh man, just slowing it down. Let's see who hit him. That's Bryan, Stephen Bryan. Man, a lot of guys caught up in this. Cornwell, a step, Manley, Kevin Kyle involved, Stephen Bryan, Amato, Volpis as we watched him get rear-ended. Swingle's involved, Amato. Got Maurer on pit road here. Amato's on track, Stephen Bryan, he's wrecked. Bollinger, it's got some big front end damage. Again, these cars on these short tracks, they're not as aero dependent, so you know, guys can overcome that, but that was a heavy hit to the 53 machine who had started top 4, worked his, you know, got shuffled in back, worked his way back up to the front, had a bad pit stop, and that's the difference. A bad pit stop could put you in harm's way versus safe, as these guys in the front here completely safe from all of that. All right, we're gonna have about, I want to say 7-ish laps to go here on this stage. Tucker, 66, has been the class of the field on the short runs.
Green, green, green.
Steers to his outside. Wingfield quick in practice and quick on the race day as well, as the 66 will quickly clear the 18. All right, looks like the damage isn't doing too much to the 53 machine. Looks like he's still got his speed. He's side by side with the Thier right now. Oh, look at that, absolutely drifting that thing off the edge, but a big run here, and he might be able to get next to the 23, who got a little tight on entries up into the, the wall in the highest lane. Steers kind of holding these guys up here in P2 as Tucker is setting sail. Wingfield gonna make a move to the bottom. This is for P2. Oh, they touch! They touch! Wingfield to the bottom of the track. Oh, they're in the wall. Thier behind him. Everybody stacking up behind the 18 who's in the wall. The 23, can he clear him? He will. The Bollinger's right next to him as well.
The yellow flag is out.
We've got a caution. Was this the stage? I didn't see a wreck. All right, it was a wreck. This is 2 machine. Just losing it on exit there. How bad? All right, not bad at all. 2 machine will live to see the rest of this race. All right, so interesting calls here as we have a right before the stage caution. I don't know if this is going to count as the stage break. Let me double check in here with Mr. Owens after pit stops. Actually, hold fast.
Is it closing now?
Yes, Finn, that will be stage.
Oh, thanks. All right. All right, so that is the stage, and your stage winner is none other than Matt Tucker. So let's go talk to Mr. Tucker in the 66 machine. All right, you're back in the booth. We talked to you pre-race, and then you went out there and won the first stage. How's the cars feeling, and what is it about firing off that you've got figured out, and what is about the long run you don't got figured out?
Yeah, like I told you in the pre-race there, yeah, I was just trying to keep the car underneath me. I mean, I thought I did the best I could, and it just got tight on the end. So probably pushed a little too hard, but was able to maintain that track position, was pretty good. And then I think the 18 took 2 tires on that pit stop, so I was able to get good points for stage win. I ended up taking 4 tires here, thinking that we might get them run. So we'll see what happens. So hopefully, try to get back to the front.
Yeah, man, I think it was very impressive. Obviously, the quickest guy with 4 fresh tires. Just a matter of keeping that consistency and not letting that 18 run you down. But good first half of this race so far. Good luck on the rest, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that is your stage winner, Matt Tucker, who, thanks to some pit stops, has been cycled back to P8. So let's take a look at what we got here. Last lap. So all these guys have pit here on lap 71, except your 2 leaders. This is Cornwell and Lynott, who pit on lap 58 and 64, respectfully. And after that, it's everybody on fresh tires. So Cornwell, last week, heartbreak at Darlington at 975 machine, was leading with 2 to go. Was unable to get the victory. Lynott, always quick around these parts, but can these guys hold off Winkfield and Dalton Wilson, who's up 23 spots since this race started in that mean green machine on the outside lane? All right, here goes Lynott. Cornwell looks like he got a bad restart. Oh, we got a quick caution here. Quick caution. I didn't see any wrecks. Let's just check here in the back of the field. Was there anything crazy? Let me check in with these guys in the chat. Hey, so Tucker won the stage, or is this the stage break now and Lynott won the stage?
Tucker won the stage. The sequencer for the software did not forget to throw the flag.
I see. All good. All right. All good. Thanks, fellas. All right, getting our logistics squared away here with the race admin here, trying to figure out why that caution got thrown, but that's okay. These guys will re-rack, and it's back to the same deal. Can 2... not old tires, right? We have had a sequence of cautions. If these guys were taking care of their stuff, may be able to outlast and hold that track position for bits. But here's the deal. We've got about 70 laps to the end of this thing, and there's no guaranteed cautions. So do you want to have these old tires and try to hold them off for dear life and hope that cautions fall in your favor? Or are we going to turn around and, are you going to kind of be left out to dry here as all the tires come to life? All right. Not Cornwell. 2 guys that have not had wins this year. Cornwell, again, so close there at Darlington, but 2 guys that are little underdogs here. And I don't mean underdogs in a demeaning way. What I mean is there's just a lot of talent in this field, and we just haven't seen these 2 up front too much. Cornwell a little bit more so than Lynott, but certainly 2 capable race car drivers. Without a doubt here as they get racked up here as we can get ready to go green for the last 80 laps of this race. I want to go on board here with Dalton Wilson on this restart here in that second lane at the bottom. Let's see what his experience is like having to battle with these fresh tires in comparison to these guys in front of him that don't have them. Big jump there, and Winkfield's going to get to the outside. Oh, man, look, just absolutely sliding off the corner. Cornwell does battle back on the bottom lane. Oh, he's going to pinch the 23 into the wall, and taking advantage of it here is Dalton Wilson. We are on board here with the 977. Cornwell pinches. Oh, and is he going to pinch? He does lift. Oh, here comes Tucker. Oh, we're spinning on board with him.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh, what happened? it looked like he was going to be passing Wingfield here. And instead, here comes Tucker. Look at this. Look at this sequence here by this 66 machine. Let's go back further. We got to watch all of this. Just such a run on exit here. All these guys getting fanned out. He goes underneath the 23. 66 is under him. And the 24, it's a good run. Looks like he might be trying to follow the 66. Maybe he doesn't realize Wingfield's on his outside. All right. Definitely burnt the tires, sliding them there, but not too bad here. Nobody in too much damage. Last time I said nobody had too much damage. Half the field got a ton of damage here. So Dalton Wilson will cycle back to 14th. We got 14 lead lap cars here. As we will see who is going to get the lucky dog. Looks like the 07, potentially a Tom Lester. Lester finished second last week. At Darlington. So coming off his best performance of the season by far. He will get a lap back. I don't know if that puts him on the lead lap, and a bunch of guys are going to come down here and pit. Lynott, though, not one of them. Wingfield, Tucker, Wogman, Bolander, and Kyle Athier do not pit. Cornwell kind of saw the writing on the wall, saw that he kept going back on these restarts, decided to go get tires. I appreciate that as a league mate perspective here. Sometimes you just got to accept that fighting and holding up these guys is only going to cause wrecks as people get impatient. He's going to go put on some 4 fresh tires here. He probably saved a set by running the ones that he had long, so now they will have the freshest tires on the track there in that 975 machine. And it looks like after things are cycling through, we are going to get more guys, so there is closer to 21 cars on the lead lap. At least that's what it's showing here. Okay, so the whole field has got varying degrees of tires, and the oldest is that in P1. Oh, Jesus, what just happened? Lynott gets spun around, I think, because Wingfield, we're going to probably see a caution get thrown here. As Wingfield disappeared. One thing you won't see on race day, the return of Jesus and the rapture of one of your drivers, as it appears the 23 machine is the only Christian in the whole racing league. He has completely disappeared. Is he back in? It looks like it cycled him back in. Is the car in decent shape? Okay, so the plus side is the 23's day is not ruined, and all can be made well here. I get it. We're impatient. We're driving a lot of laps under caution here. These guys will get back to green flag racing in no time. But that was certainly an experience to watch the 23 disappear and then Lynott get spun. So they are going to recycle things out, clear these flags, and we will get back to racing. Some real chaos to kick this race off. Don't know where it is going to place the 23 machine. It looks like it's starting to make him slide back a little bit. Which would be unfortunate because not only was he the first car in fresh tires, but he was certainly quick. So to have that disappear, and now the 66 seems to be back in prime position here to make a pass for the lead. And if he set sail, only one car we have seen with the long run speed to run him down. That is Steers, who sits P7 at the moment. I am extremely curious to how this is going to shake out here. Certainly unfortunate for the 23. Looks like it's having to move even further back. These guys will get cycled out and get ready to go. Next time by. Just 70 laps left in this race. It's got Wingfield. I'm showing P12. You got it. You hate that. Even further, 14th, 15th. It's making him drop to the rear. Absolute heartbreak as the internet connection puts the 23 machine way further in the pack. We'll check in to see if he can recover on this day. There's a lot of talented race cars in front of him. All right. Rackham, your stage winner, the 66. Found his way back up to the front row, the freshest tires in the field. And here we go as the 8's disappearing now. He's back. A good jump here by the 66. And Lynotte's tires is not going to be able to hold off the 66. Oh, he does stay kind of to the outside. Nope, he's cleared. As everybody gets fanning out for the last 70 laps of this race. And these tires are about to get run down. 978. Peeking on the outside. Rolled that center extremely well. The door gets shut by Lynott. So a little crossover move, and here he goes, the Thier to the bottom. Oh man, 978. Oh, we got a wreck. What happened here in the back of the pack? A step. Owens. Didn't look like much else. Interesting caution. Yep, steps in the wall. Owens gets collected, gets some damage. But nothing popping up in the feed as to what brought that flag out. But once again, under caution here at Indianapolis Raceway Park with Matt Tucker in the 66, who has led most today, has looked pretty invincible in anything under 40 laps. Other than that, it's been the 18 machine. So we got a lap car coming around the outside, looking to get Lucky Dog, and people are not moving out of the way for him. There they go. Oof. All right, we will go green again with about 60 laps to go. Would love it if we got some green flag racing in. Hard to call cautions. The plus side for Lynott here is the further this keeps going, eventually everybody is going to take tires again, and if he can hold this P2, he will have greatly improved his position. Since the start of this race, one of the biggest movers, he's up 14. Andrew Bollender in P5 in that Home Depot 8 machine. Well, I don't know if it's a Home Depot, but it looks like it. This is JBL. It looks like the old Tony Home Depot schemes. He's up 17 spots since the start of this race in P5. And Dalton Wilson, who we watched on board spin, he's back up to the P10. He's got some fresh tires, so at 977, I don't think he's got a vendetta against anybody. I think it was just a racing incident, but he is quick. He's back up in this fight. Plenty of laps to go here. In the MRL Xfinity Wednesday Night Racing League. Thank you to everybody who's been tuning in. If you've got a favorite driver, or who do you think is going to win, make sure you drop that in the chat. Who do you want to see in victory lane? I need to bring out those old trivia questions that they used to do where you can text in for like Sprint Wireless. You remember those? Oh, throwback. All right, Matt Tucker, Kyle Lynott, fresh tires, old tires. Let's see what we got. And look at immediately a huge jump by the 66. Now, before the caution came out, Athier was trying to find his way around Lynott. Good run there, but oh, he's next to Lynott. But if he can't clear him, Mason Wagerman is right to the inside. Wagerman recovered from an early spin, ran into Ty Keela early in this race. Both of these guys are battling here in the top 10. Steers up to P5. Let's get this racing on the screen. There's Wagerman there in that white 974 machine. Steers, look at this. He didn't have the short run speed earlier, but up 2 spots since we went back green. John Beverly has crashed, but he's in the pit, so we stay green here. This 18 machine is the only one who has had anything for this 66, and it came on a long run. Is this the long run we need? 70 laps or 60 laps to the finish. He's battling Ty Keela. Oh, big wreck. Babcock. The 22 underneath him. What happened here? We saw the 2 spin out earlier. Oh, he comes down off the nose of the 22. Gets the 11 involved. Manley gets by. Oh no, a little bit of damage. A little bit of damage here for Manley. Battling a tight race car. Sees this car spinning, just wants to get by him. All right, I don't think that's so bad on a short track. All right, let's see what we got here. Steers decides to stay out, and we see a good chunk of the field coming down pit road here. As those that stay out are Steers, Keela, Lynott, Wilson, Volpis, Bollinger, Wingfield, Swingle, Tucker. Looks like Smith is going to come through here. All right, it looks like a bunch of these guys may have been on pit road. Look at that big jump off pit road. Athier cannot clear Tucker. Wagerman behind him. Here comes Amato, Kevin Kyle, Bollinger. This will be the last pit stop for these guys. Probably Tom Lester again coming off that P2 finish. Interesting decision by Lynott. You felt like this is that time we just talked about, going all that time without taking tires, or taking 2, or not even taking 2, just you know, he hasn't pit since lap 58 here. And this is that opportunity where had he pit, he probably comes out P8 with the freshest tires on the track. This is the 988 we're talking about. I'm very curious to what that decision was. Maybe he feels like another caution's coming in a little bit, and he'd rather have the freshest. Right now we have 2 guys that pit at lap 71. That's Steers and Ty Keela. That are 1 and 2 at the moment. Then there's Lynott, Wilson. They pit 58, lap 83. Volpis pit lap 82. Bollinger, Wingfield, Swingle pit lap 93. And then the fresh tires hit, as that's Daniel Smith, who pit at lap 100. Matt Tucker. There's going to be the first cars with the freshest of tires rolling off 9th and 10th. So this is going to be a battle. I think it's about time we did a little crank it up, why don't we? Actually, do I even have all the cameras for Crank It Up? All right, they don't have all the cameras for Crank It Up, so we're going to go to the drone cam here.
Green, green, green.
All right, Ty Keela, he's an IndyCar guy on this platform. And we're in Indianapolis, so here he is at home, battling for that P2 spot on the outside. Oh, he's up in the wall. But a good momentum boost off of it. Look at that 977 machine recovering from the spin earlier. He sees old tires in front of him and the new tires in front of him smacking the wall. Volpis wants a bit of it.
man, 53. We talked about him earlier. He's been battling up through the field since this race started. Oh, man. Aggressive move since the 977 up into the wall. Don't know if that was on his own attrition or something about the 53 next to him did it, but either way, damage is there and he falls in line behind the 53. Look at Wingfield recovering back from that super unfortunate event. Like I said, he's got some of the freshest tires on the racetrack in the 23. Here's Lynott battling with Steers. I don't know if he's got enough to battle for the lead. Eventually, those older tires are going to pay their price. Chaos in the front. Here's Vulpes underneath the 23 now. Vulpes, 98. As we saw earlier, got completely lifted off the ground. Those rear tires up in the air. Looks like that car's in one piece and comfortably in the top 10. Here you have Plant and Tucker who are feasting to get... Oh, Amato spins behind him. Oh, Lester hits him.
The yellow flag is out.
Almost caught that one live, just a smidge slow on the cameras. What happened here? That's a Thier he's battling with. A Thier back in traffic after pit cycles. Oh, yeah, just got up into the 978. Lost it. Then off the nose of the 07. Not too much damage for these guys, but not ideal. All right, so now we see Steers down pit road by himself. Oh, man. This is one of those you never know if it's going to be good or bad. It looks a little far in his stall, too. All right, that might just be a... There it is, yep. I guess it doesn't matter too much. All right, a couple more guys have come down pit road here. Manley's on pit road. Estep, Brenner, Cornwell, Lewis. Of course, Steers, so... I don't know who's going to win this race, man. Out of the drivers that are in the top 10, only 2 have wins. That is Colin Bollinger and Daniel Smith. Everybody else looking for their first win of the season, including the man up front, Kyle Lynott, who has been able to hold these guys off on each of these restarts. When does the 988 pit? His last pit was on lap 58. The next closest was the 24. We pit on lap 71. I get that we haven't had a lot of green flag laps, but eventually it has to matter, right? So Lynott is going to choose the outside here. One of the first times that the leader has chosen the outside lane. Every single time it looks like that bottom lane is able to get enough to clear the outside groove. Lynott, though, going for a different approach. He does have fresh tires on the outside. He's going to have fresh tires behind him no matter what.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, a big start here. As the 24 is not able to get up to speed as quick as Lynott, he's going to easily clear down. Here's Wilson. We saw him spin. We were on board with him on a restart, and he's going to clear to 53. Bollinger had some damage in an earlier wreck. Don't know how much it's affecting him in that Dr. Doom, Dr. Pepper machine, 53, Toyota. Oh, man, Tequila wants the lead. Man, Smith off the wall back there. Everybody's scrambling here. In the 977, here's the problem. Looking for a lane to pass the 24, you make yourself vulnerable to the 53. Oh, man, Colin. These guys are definitely battling each other. 53 on the fresher tires by about 10 laps. Here's Wingfield back. Uh-oh, caution, caution on the track. Let's see what happened. think it might be this 28 machine again. Right in front of Brenner in a step. Oh, man, having the worst of days. Amato in the wall. Takes out Manley. Lewis. Zach Mullern. Amato not having a good end of this race. It's put us under caution again in the 28 machine. Sometimes you have great days. Sometimes you have days you wish you could just log off and forget. I feel like Amato's very, very close to doing that, and that's okay. We all have them. All right. We went almost 100, or I think we went through like almost the first stage with 3 cautions. Since then, we have had 9 cautions. We will get some green flag racing in, folks. This is short track iRacing. It is part of the game. You know who doesn't like this? Joey Steers. As he has a roughly 10-lap advantage on tires to these guys, but with the lack of wear coming down, it's going to equalize itself. I don't think it's going to be enough. However, the 18 machine has worked himself back up to 11th. We see him here behind Athier. But these are just a lot of talented race car drivers. Athier has got a couple top 5s. Daniel Smith, 2 wins. Mason Wagaman, a stage win. Matt Tucker, 3 top 2s. He's been the fastest today. Then you got Wingfield, who's been quick. Wilson and Bollinger, who look like they might be fighting for the lead here soon. And then, of course, these 2 guys who, despite older tires by a significant amount of laps, have been steady up front, been able to hold their pace. All right, we're getting line back up. Lynott going the same route as last time, choosing that outside lane, and here he goes. Tequila, not the fire off he wanted. Almost gave the middle to the 53. And the 53 and 977 are back battling here. Oh, my goodness. Another caution. A big wreck. What do we got here? This is Kevin Kyle and Lester. Owens and Volpus get caught up in it. Let's see what happened. Looks like the 97 of Swingle just kind of ran over the 42 here, and not much else he could do. Let's go on board here with this 97, see what was happening here. On the restart, yeah, it just carried way too much speed into the corner and ran over him. All right, Lynott might be winning with an average mile per hour of 55. Lynott might make this too hard to pass. I don't know what his fuel scenario is like, but he is 39 laps. 39 laps away from winning this race solely off of yellows is Manley, who has hit the wall many times the last couple weeks, somehow hits the wall on the lucky dog lap. All right. Not much change in the top 4, though. The 977-53 swapped spots, so it looks like the 977 will be... Actually, no, they were like that the same way, in which Nope, 977 on the bottom lane this time behind Taikila, who has struggled on these restarts, and it'll be 53, Colin Bollinger behind the leader. So it'll be interesting to see. As those guys have basically been pinned down behind this 24 machine, doing the best they can to get by him, but simply not enough laps to get it done. So what I would kill to be in the meeting room after this one, you know, nothing in a iRacing admin hates more than 10 cautions in 80 laps. So you gotta know they're fuming. But they've been putting on great products every single week. This is a fun series. We run every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go live at about 8:40, catch the last 10 minutes of practice, interview the drivers and the personalities of this league, and then we go racing. We'll race here for another 37 laps. Lanat, your leader. He chooses the bottom lane this time. Interesting. Mixing things up.
Green flag, green flag.
A big jump there. And the 53 is able to kind of get a clean outside release here because the 24 went low and sent it into the corner. And they're side by side for the lead. The 24 is done being attacked. He's done. He's over it. And is he going to clear him? Oh, Lanat battles back, but a big push from the 53, and he will clear. And now the 53 wants in. Look at that, Matt Tucker in that pink machine flying through the field right now. Oh, he spun!
Yellow flag.
Oh, man. He knew he's had the fastest machine on the track. What happened here? Gets a little loose on exit. That's what happened. That's all it looked like for me. Just a little loose on exit. Look, he's battling in here. Turning it right. And just as he's trying to save it, there's just too many cars too near him. And the 66 might have lost his chance at winning this race. He was flying through the field. As it is now the 24. So if you're Kyle Lanat now, is this when you come down and take tires? Is this when you go say, I want the freshest on the track? Because you're not going to repass the 53. You're not going to pass the 24. What is the 24 thinking? As he knows now that he's got the lead top spot, but also that 53 is coming. Wingfield has found his way past Wilson. He's going to be P4 here. So Wingfield, as you saw earlier in this race, was running P2 to Lanat, disappeared on the restart, and it glitched him back to the back of the lead lap. And just like that, we are going to see Lanat peel off to pit road. That's what I thought the strategy call would be now. Feels like the best decision at this point. Say, hey, you know, let me go get some tires, maybe save him. If we get another caution in about 20 laps, everybody's going to want to put fresh tires on. I cycle to the front, and you get to hold them off with, you know, at max 20 lap old tires. We will see if that ends up being the right call for this race team. Man, this is chaos. Let's recap here. Top 10. Taikila, your leader, has not pit in many laps. Colin Bollinger, Rayshawn Wingfield, Dalton Wilson, Daniel Smith. Smith has recovered from a couple spins today to round out your top 5. Kyle Thier, P6. Mason Wagman, 7. Joey Steers, who's got some speed, has worked his way back up to P8. Cornwell, P9, and Bollinger, P10. So a couple guys been in and out of the top 10 today, making their return. We can get this thing going. I'm curious to see if this 18 can carve his way through. What can Taikila do? Can he hold off these hard charging tires? Lanot cycled back to 16th, by the way, with the freshest tires on the track. Oh, wow. I mean, the 53 just blew by him like he was standing still. I don't know if that is, I mean, I don't know the rules of the penalty. He did fire off, but that 53 with the tires are just a little bit too dominant. Here's a battle here later, further back in the pack. As everybody's going to want to rush to get, oh, no, he gets, oh, man. The 977 is bouncing off the walls, bouncing off other cars. He's trying to collect himself. He's got Steers right behind him, though. Oh, look at that battle with Steers. Gets shoved low. Wagerman on the outside. We're 3 wide heading into this turn. 2 wide in front of him. The 977 will back out. It'll stay 2 wide. Oh, these guys are loose on exit. Steers able to clear the 977. Cornwell wants a piece of it. Taikila has somehow kept him in his wraps. I don't know how much, you know, he's driving the wheels off this thing. 53 understands he's still got about 27 laps to go. Needs to save tire. Ty's making him burn him up. Let's go further in the pack. We're still single file out here for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Let's check in on Lanot. Look at him taking it to the bottom here under David Owens. He's got Swingle and Manley around him. Oh, man. Bunch of guys bouncing off the walls. That's Tucker, who spun to bring out one of the cautions previous. Here, Taikila is still battling for the lead with Colin. He is not letting those tires get away. And guess what? Winkfield loves every second of this. The harder the 53 has to drive, the more he's going to burn his stuff up. How does he have the grip to stay with these guys right now? How does he have the grip to run these lap times in this 24 machine? Last time by, he was a 10th faster. However, Colin might understand, hey, I'm quicker than the 24. The more I keep the 23 stuck behind him, burning tire up. So this might be tire saving here from the 53. From the looks of it, we'll be talking to these 3 post-race. We'll figure out what they're thinking here with just 24 laps to go. As this 3 car, now we're seeing the lap time starting to pick up here. A 10th quicker there is the 53, and Winkfield understands, hey, here's my time. I've got to go. I've got to go, and I got to go now. Here's your battle for second place here. Winkfield would be both of these guys' best finish of the season if they finish here. Update on Lanot, stuck in P12, so the fresh tires have not been able to do it. Oh, big run here for the 23. Good exit, good mid-corner, a little bit better than the 24 in the middle of the corner. Again, 24 may have burnt his stuff up even more trying to keep up with this 53. 22 to go. And the 23 worked through this enough to have a chance to fight for the lead here. That time by 22.8 for your leaders. Those are the fastest guys on the track at the moment. All right, here's a big run, 23. Uh-oh, and the wall is your leader. And here you go, big move here. Eventually, you got to think, does he move him on purpose? 24 shoves himself out to that outside lane, gets a ton of momentum. 23, good enough run. No, he's going to have to fall back in line. 20 to go here as the 53 is starting to pull away. Are tires even real? Taikila is defying physics here. As the 23 cannot get around him, just hogging that middle lane. There it is. The 23 eventually is going to have to say, hey, I'm here. Oh, he's going to move him a little bit here. But lifts to avoid wrecking both of them. Is this going to allow Aether to run these guys down and battle for second place with them? We are at 18 to go. We are going to stay at this battle for P2. There's a good roll of the corner there by the 23 machine. It's just a matter of when is he going to get fed up with this middle lane running by the 24. Now he's going to peek to the outside of him. Maybe get a good momentum run on exit here, but eventually there's a big move there as the 24 is loose through the corner. Oh, he doesn't like that too much. Give him a little bit of the door. Oh, he's going to turn him. Oh, the 23 gets spun. He saves it, but Aether is able to capitalize. Oh, man, I don't think that's the end of this. Now we've just got blocking. Now it's petty blocking going on between the 23 and 24. And that's brought Wagaman and Steers into the battle. Oh, man, up into the wall is Aether. And now there's everybody's slide beat him. The 24 is back to P2. Now doing his best Chastain impression. We're 3 wide behind them. What is happening here? Oh, Wakefield not giving an inch. Wagaman gets the door. Then he gives it back. Oh, Steers picks up on what's about to happen. Shoots to the bottom. Oh, and Aether spun. And the caution is out. Oh, man. Tempers are flaring. Uh-oh, a little beating and banging after the fact here by Wingfield and Wagaman. Let's go back and watch that. 978. I mean, look, Wagaman gets up in a 23, shoots underneath, just kind of spins himself, just puts the gas in and says, hey, 24, you're going up with me. 8 tires breaks better than 4. All right, so we will see the 24 machine and the 978 machine, who are not friends with each other right now, hitting pit road. So that cycles Bollinger, Wagaman, Wingfield, Steers, Daniel Smith, Cornwell, and Lynott with those fresh tires. Will be your top 7. Brenner, Owens, and Swingle will round out the top 10. Insane bit of short track. That's what we wanted, fellas. That is the short track racing we wanted. Tykeela out there battling for every inch. How he was able to stay out with those old tires, and now he'll have the freshest tires on the track. And now it might matter because he's got fresh tires sitting in P11th, and these guys have absolutely been wearing him down a bit. I'm curious to see now. That's way more of an advantage in just that short stint than Lynott had, considering all those laps under caution. But Lynott does have about 10 lap fresher tires than everybody in front of him. Let's check the last pit laps here. Pit lap 93 for Bollinger, 100 for Wagaman, 93 for Wingfield, 109 for Steers, 109 for Lynott, or Cornwell. 127 was when the 988 of Kyle Lynott ended up pitting, and then a couple guys in between that, and then the 149 cycle that just went down here, led by Tykeela, Bollinger, and Matt Tucker, who led a good chunk of this race out at the beginning. He was your pole sitter. But after getting spun and kind of stuck into some bad scenarios after restarting 7th, I think it was, got really aggressive, was fighting him through the track, and ended up backwards. We will have 9 to go here. All right, 9 to go here. A lot of different sets of tires. And here comes Colin Bollinger bringing them down. And look at that, Steers. Gets a good jump on that outside. He's been more of a long run guy, but Steers does have fresher tires by almost 20 laps on this guy. This guy, I mean, Colin Bollinger, so we have 8 to go. Oh man, a caution. 53 did not want to see that. Is Richard Swingle this time at 9.7 on the outside lane right here in the middle of your screen. Oh man, he's gonna right here the 977 and spin both of them out. Oh man, Joey Steers is in prime position, guys. Last pit, lap 109, and he's got the freshest tires of anyone around him. And just a car that has already won a race. So if you're the 18, how bad do you want it? On a track where we've sat and watched, it's just a complete struggle to pass. Does he give him the bumper? Does he dive him into the corner and use him up on exit? Does he race him clean? He's got a good enough tires to do that. We'll see. All right, so we've got about 5. We'll come green at about 4 to go, I think. No, it'll be coming green at 3 to go. Our 16th caution of the day is starting to feel like the 05 Coca-Cola 600. This is an intense decision. Bollinger, who won Dover, consistent on restarts, was on the outside lane. He wants the outside lane now. Steers has been fantastic all day long. Cornwell, so close to a victory at Darlington last week. He sits on the outside of the second row, and Wagman, who has won a stage but not a race. And here's the restart. Steers. Cornwell gets a good jump. 53 does as well. He does clear the leader. And here comes Steers battling back here. Oh, Cornwell collects Wagaman. Do they stay green? They're through the grass. We're 3 to go. Coming to 2 to go. They're keeping it green for now. Oh man, these guys are absolutely battling. If you're Steers, you got to find every bit of grip that you've got. You are staring a win right in its face. How consistent can you be? Bollinger comes around. Oh, Brenner's spinning. Bollinger spinning in the background. We're on the final lap. He takes the white. Oh man, the 53 has battled all day long, from front to back to being wrecked. And now it doesn't look like Steers is going to have it. He's under attack by Daniel Smith. Big wrecks. Rayshawn Wingfield P4, and your winner, Colin Bollinger in the 53, his second race win of the year. Steers, Smith, Wingfield. Tykeela gets dumped. Lynott, Owens, Lester, back-to-back top 10s. Tucker brings it home, P9, and Swingle, P10. Oh, man, you could just tell the short track has got the tempers flaring. And here's your race-winning moment by the Dr. Doom, Diet Dr. Pepper machine of Colin Bollinger, your race winner. All right, as we wait for these guys to hop into the waiting room for their interviews, that 53 machine has been electric on the short tracks, almost unstoppable. I mean, there were a couple guys today that certainly had the speed, but just did not find themselves in position. I really felt like Steers was going to have the speed, but he was a long-run car the entire race anyway, so while he was in position and came home with his best finish of the year, Steers was unable to bring home the victory. Ty Keela, his best finish, P5. Lynott, were able to recover after all of that and finish P6. I'd say that's a job well done. Owens, talked about him pre-race, another consistent day out of the 11, P7. Tom Luster, back-to-back top 10s. He finished second last week at Darlington, recovered today. All right, Matt Tucker, top 10 despite his day. Led a lot of laps, involved in a lot of wrecks. Richard Swingle. Richard Swingle was everywhere today. Wrecking, saving it. Lap down, multiple laps down. Where are my guys at? Oh, there they go. Let's talk to Colin Bollinger. Colin, all right, listen. I don't know what voodoo you got, but you brought home another short track win. I want to first point out, too, you started this race fourth, and after that first caution, you were in the back of the field. What happened there, and what led you to being further back in the field than fourth?
Honestly, the amount of laps we ran, I just figured we'll take the fuel and try to see if we can stretch it out. And if that late stage caution with I think maybe 5 to go doesn't come out, I think I'm gonna win the stage there. But I think we still finished fourth. But that was just it, just a little different strategy, just to get some fuel in early and not have to pit.
Yeah, now I mean you had about a 20 lap ish disadvantage on tires, but do you think it was just the cautions just made it to where there wasn't enough wear and you were able to hold everybody off?
Oh yeah, pretty much. I mean, when I got the start on the 24 there and passed him, and I drove a couple laps around, and he was diving in pretty hard trying to get his lead back. I felt like it felt just as if the tires were pretty much brand new, and I think I ran my fastest lap of the race on that run. So I mean, yeah, the tires really weren't that really scrubbed in or worn. So
Gotcha. Well, I mean, it's been a chaotic season, and you're now the second driver to win their second race, multiple race. So what's the rest of the season look like for you? Are we learning on the playoff tracks, or are you just balls to the wall every week trying to win every race?
I mean, I've won the last 2 championships, so I feel like I have a pretty good idea of how the playoffs will be, and it's just trying to get there first. Obviously, that's the biggest idea. So I mean, as long as we keep doing what we're doing right now, we're gonna make it. And then I think it's a seven race sprint to the end there. So you just gotta. It's just about racking up the points, getting the wins. I mean, so yeah, pretty much the whole season's about winning, but right now just focus on making the playoffs. So.
Gotcha. Well, I think you're pretty much locked in at this point. Congratulations. You're the short track ace here, the Denny Hamlin of the MRL, if you will. So congratulations on your win, and we'll see you next week.
Yep, thank you.
You know, it's not often a driver finishes third, but the highlight of their race was drifting it through about a corner and a half. How did you survive there, Mr. Smith, and recover to finish top 3 today?
Just kept grinding, man. That's really all you can necessarily do these days. Couple of incidents happened. We kept getting up there, trying to get the position for the track position in etc. Every time we got there, it seemed like something would go down or something would happen or someone will flip strat, but just kept pushing, kept grinding, and eventually was on the right side of track position.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody. I mean, we went through the first maybe half of this race with 3 cautions, and we finished with about 17 cautions. So I don't think anybody expected the race to go as south as it did there. But as always, you keep that 31 machine pointed forward in the right direction. Sometimes sliding. I'll tell you what. Go watch that back on the broadcast. We highlighted that bit. You look like you were fighting bees in the cockpit there, and you almost had it. You almost had it. I don't know if you lost it or if maybe you got touched and helped around. But it feels like every week we're watching that the 31 sideways drift from the corner. So I don't know when there's a dirt track on the schedule, but I'll pick you as for my fantasy favorite on that one. But congratulations, you got 2 wins. Here's another top 3 podium here for you. So I mean, I don't know who the championship favorites are if they're not you. So congratulations and good luck on the rest of the season.
Oh yeah, definitely. I appreciate it. It's definitely going to be a fun battle with some of the guys and my other teammates as well. I'm sure we're going to put some type of good battle for y'all on the broadcast. I do want to apologize to the 48. I wasn't trying to wreck him. I was upset because he did kind of send it on me and take me out for the before the stage. And my plan wasn't to never wreck him because I'm not that type of person, but I did want to show my displeasure by giving him a bump. And once I gave him that bump, I saw him spinning and I tried to save him, and by then it was already too late. But yeah, I wasn't trying to do that, just trying to show just a little displeasure, but wasn't trying to end his day because that's the last thing I want to do.
For sure,
But
for sure.
other than
And,
that,
yeah,
I
and you are
appreciate
not the only one showing displeasure tonight, as there was some fantastic but aggressive battles. So always appreciate a driver holding themselves accountable. So thanks for that, and yeah, we'll see you next week, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. I appreciate it, and thank you for the broadcast, and hope you have a great rest of the day.
You too, man. All right, listen, you're sitting there. You got 20 laps fresher tire than these guys. I know you were thinking win, win, win. So what was, did you just not have enough tire to go get them, or, were you just, hey, cool with finishing second here and having the best day of the year so far?
I think a little bit of both. I mean, I was definitely using up my tires because I restarted 16th, and I saw Matt was probably in 7th on maybe 15 lap different tire sets there. So I drove pretty hard to at least get back up in the top 5. And by the time I got up there, them guys were just beating and banging, and I really took advantage of them guys.
Yep.
And the only reason I got that podium or second place finish is because I restarted behind the leader on that second to last restart. And I knew I had fresher tires than the guys on the inside of me that I could really power around them on that restart. But that last restart there was a wreck on the backstretch, and I kind of backed off thinking there was going to be yellow, and it never came out. And I kind of gave up my chance to even push for that win. But Colin was just pretty stout the entire last half of that race. And if I didn't have to come pit, which I was kind of on the same strategy as Tykeela there, and we were going to stay out as late as possible, but we needed fuel there. And I pitted, and it cycled me back through the field. And man, it took me the whole rest of the race to get back up there. But I'll take a podium after tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the first half of the race, we were talking with Daniel about it, had like 3 cautions. And then the back half of the race had 13 cautions. It's just so hard to pick your strategies because you think it's going to race exactly like how it was. I don't think there was a car better than you on this track tonight after 25 to 26 or 25 to 30 laps of green flag racing. It was really impressive watching you just kind of hawk down Tucker there. Didn't get the stage win. I think there was a caution beforehand, and some pit stuff happened as a result. But I mean, impressive. I don't think anybody had enough pace for you. And then once you passed them, you were gone. As we were watching here in the booth, I was really thinking, okay, eventually that's going to happen, especially when you put on the fresh tires. I was like, okay, Steers is going to work his way back up to the front. And you did work your way back up to the front. But Bollinger had mentioned that really was just the tire wear. And he said he ran his fastest laps in that last stint. So not much you could have done. But nonetheless, I mean, listening to you pre-race talk about how you're really good at single laps and you can't, you're not really good on longer runs, and you come out here in the best car on a long run. So fantastic race. I think that's great for your momentum, especially since you've been fast earlier in the year. What tracks are you eyeing here going forward? I think we got a road course race next week. Is that what we're looking at? Is there anything on the schedule, or are you just happy for the momentum?
Man, to be honest, I haven't even looked at the schedule. My wife and I had a baby here about 2 weeks ago, so I've been kind of MIA for the last couple weeks, and this is actually my first race since being back.
Ah, that
So
makes sense.
I'm my mind's kind of everywhere at the moment, so I don't know where we're going. If we're going to a road course next week, that's not good for me because I'm no road ringer by any means. So
All right.
definitely ovals are my strong suit, but yeah, I mean you hit it on the head there. I mean that first stint there, that first opening stint of the race. I mean we got past Matt and them guys, and I felt like I had probably the car to beat. And then that caution came out with what 10 laps to go before the end of the stage, and I came down to pits. I only took fuel only. Everybody else behind me took tires. So that's why I lost the lead right before the stage there, and that kind of cycled me back. And it took me most of the race to recover from that, just trying to save tires. Which here we didn't really. Tires weren't really a big deal when you were racing because like I said, I mean, you watch me. I had 20 lap fresher tires and the guys in front of me, and I barely got up there, and it took me all 25 laps to do it. So they weren't really a strong suit at the beginning. You could really hang out there on old tires, as you saw Kyle Lanot and Ty Keela. They were doing a really good job on old tires, kind of managing the front of the field. So track position definitely meant a lot tonight.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, because it felt like tires meant a lot, and then nobody ever went longer than 20 lap runs. I mean, yes, there was a weird stint there, but I felt like y'all did a great job putting on some good racing. That first stage was extremely fun to watch. The ending was fun. The cautions in the middle, we can forget those. That's short track racing, but a fun race from here in the booth. It makes sense why you kind of disappeared. And I was like, where is Steers at? Because you qualified pole at Texas and you were quick. And then I was like, all right, the 18's not around. Well, congratulations on the baby. As a father myself, I know it's really tough to stay focused when you got a newborn. So to be as quick as you are with no sleep, I imagine you'll be a lot quicker once the sleep schedule sets in. So good luck on the rest of your season, man. A fantastic performance today.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Finn. And I really got to tell you real quick, it's Steyrs, and don't be
Steyrs.
ashamed or whatever. I get it all the time, so don't even worry about it. I haven't raced a whole lot, so
you're
just
good.
letting you know for the future.
I will get it right.
If you happen to say my name,
Well, what's funny is I go by Finn, and because obviously it's short for Finley, and everybody spells my name Finn on everything. Starbucks cups, anything Finn with the extra N, and so I get it. I will respect. So Steyrs.
Hey, it's all good, buddy. I appreciate it. I've been getting it my entire life, so
all right.
No hard feelings. I appreciate you guys doing the broadcast. I'm gonna go back and watch it here. So big shout out to you as well. Thank you.
Appreciate it anytime. And I don't know if you're doing the Monday night racing, but I'll be racing there. So if you are, see you on the track. If not, I'll get in one of these Xfinities once sooner or later. But thanks, great race, and you have a good evening.
Appreciate it, Finn. You as well, buddy.
All right, well, that will bring an end to our race here. A lot of cautions that's expected at short track races. I want to thank every single one of you that popped by on the stream tonight. We had 41 viewers throughout the evening, 6 who stayed about the entire race. So thank you all for your support of the MRL Wednesday Night Xfinity Series. Again, these guys race pretty much every night of the week, and you catch good racing here live on this channel. So make sure you hit a subscribe, and we will see you guys in the future.